in a quiet little village, where mornings usually began with the sound of birds and distant laughter, the earth suddenly trembled. Windows rattled, roof tiles slid, and then came the footsteps. Each one struck the ground like thunder. From the far end of the village road, a towering green figure emerged through clouds of dust. The Hulk. His chest heaved with rage, his fists clenched so tightly that the air itself seemed to crack. People froze for half a second, just long enough to realize what they were seeing. Then panic erupted. Men shouted. Women grabbed their children. Doors slammed shut as villagers ran in every direction, their screams echoing between the small houses. The Hulk roared, a sound so loud, so raw, that it felt less like a voice and more like an earthquake screaming back at the world. He stormed forward and stopped beside a large red tractor parked near a farmhouse. With a growl of fury, he bent down, wrapped his massive hands around the metal frame, and lifted it into the air as if it weighed nothing. Muscles bulged, veins pulsed. The tractor trembled above his head. One throw, one moment, and an entire building would vanish. The villagers watched from hiding, certain this was the end. But then something happened. The Hulk stopped completely. The roar died in his throat. His arms froze midair, the tractor still raised high. Through the settling dust, through the chaos and fear, he saw her. A young woman stood alone in the open street. She had not run. Her clothes fluttered slightly in the wind created by his movement. Her eyes were wide, but not with terror, with curiosity, with confusion, with something far more dangerous to a monster than fear. Calm, the Hulk stared, his breathing slowed. For the first time since entering the village, the rage in his eyes wavered. She took a single step forward, not toward the tractor, not toward destruction, toward him, around her. People whispered from behind walls, "Is she mad? Someone stop her. She'll be crushed." But she didn't stop. She looked up at the giant towering above her and spoke softly, her voice barely louder than the wind. "Why are you so angry?" The question struck harder than any weapon. The Hulk blinked. No one had ever asked him that. Not with a gun, not with a scream, not with hatred. The tractor began to shake, not from rage, but from hesitation. His grip loosened, slowly, painfully. The Hulk lowered the tractor to the ground. It landed with a heavy thud, but not thrown, placed. The village fell silent. The Hulk looked down at his own hands, as if seeing them for the first time. The snarl on his face faded. The fury drained away. In its place was something unfamiliar, confusion, wonder, almost sadness. The young woman swallowed nervously but held her ground. "I think," she said gently, "you don't want to hurt anyone." The Hulk's massive shoulders sagged. In that single moment, the monster, the unstoppable force of rage, was gone. And what remained was a bewildered giant standing alone in a world that had only ever feared him. Far in the distance, a faint sound broke the silence. Sirens. Then another sound. The rhythmic chopping of air. helicopters. The Hulk looked up at the sky. The girl turned as well, her calm expression finally showing concern. The world was coming for him. The Hulk clenched his fists again, but this time not in anger. In decision, he stepped forward and placed himself between the girl and the approaching danger. For the first time in his life, the Hulk chose to protect it. And so, in a village that would never be the same again, a single quiet moment proved something impossible, that even the strongest rage can be stopped by one fearless heart. What happens when the world attacks the only place that showed him kindness? And who is the girl who dared to see the man behind the monster? Make sure you're subscribed for episode 2, The Girl Who Wasn't Afraid.